Hey, how's it going? This is Chosen, doing an audio commentary on an MK13 match here, and it's going to be Damon versus Scorpio. We got Damon right here in orange at the 3 o'clock position playing Terran, and we got Scorpio up here at the 1 o'clock position in teal playing Protoss. Both players pick their race, and they're going to know exactly what their opponent is before they scout, so they'll know which build order to use, obviously. And I'm going to anticipate Scorpio doing his normal 8 pylon and then scouting with that first probe that makes the pylon. And I'm going to anticipate Damon to send a SCV out to his ramp and build a supply depot, and then followed by a barracks to help set up a wall or a contain at his ramp in case Scorpio tries to advance with some early dragoons, which he is probably going to go straight into a cybernetics core. Here's going to be his 8 pylon, and he should send that probe out to scout if he's doing his normal build here. And there it goes. And he's probably going to go to the 3 o'clock position initially, so he could find Damon early, but it looks like he's going to go, yep, over to the 9 o'clock position, so he's not going to find Damon for a long time. And this could give Damon a little bit of an advantage because he is about 90% sure going to go directly up to the 12 o'clock position and find Scorpio a little bit earlier than Scorpio finds him. So we'll see if this game is over early enough to show any kind of a scouting advantage, but I don't think that's really going to make too big of a deal. Alright, and we'll probably see Scorpio set up his assimilator here with this next probe if he goes early gas, because I don't think he's going to make any zealots. Yep, there goes the gas. And that means he's going to go directly into a cybernetics core as soon as that gateway warps in. Very standard by Damon too. He's actually walling off his choke here. I have another audio commentary on here of a Terran versus Protoss they did 2 days ago, and Damon actually didn't really wall off his ramp, and he is going to do that this time. So changing his build up just a little bit, and Scorpio not being able to get his probe into his base, that ramp's going to be blocked by the time his probe gets up there in about 20 seconds. So he's lifting that barracks up and moving it into a better position so he can try to get a marine out and deny a scout. There comes a marine. And oh, Scorpio is making a zealot this time, probably because he didn't get into Damon's base early enough to see if something crazy was coming, so he wanted to be safe and go ahead and make a zealot just in case something interesting was coming. So that cybernetics core is a little bit delayed, which, depending on what build Damon goes here with Terran, that could end up making a difference, but it shouldn't be that. Oh wow, and Damon going for an early academy here. That was very unexpected. That means he's going to be going for some sort of a biological build here with Terran. He's going to be setting up another barracks here very soon, and this is very interesting because a player of Damon's caliber usually, when they know their opponent is Protoss, 99% of the time almost, they're going to be going for a 1-racks into a factory build. And he's putting up that academy, which means he is definitely going to be going for a medic marine force. And it's going to be very interesting to see if he's going to do some sort of a crazy all-in rush and attack with his SCVs too, a boxer-esque type of attack. But this SCV is going to tell us right here. When this SCV starts building, we'll know exactly what Damon's up to. And Scorpio, I don't believe he has any idea what's going on behind that choke, and that's very important because Scorpio has no idea if Damon's building 2 factories, 1 factory and a starport, if he's got 2 barracks that he's pumping marines and medics from, and there's another barracks. Yes, Damon is definitely going to be doing an all-in rush strategy here, and a 3rd barracks going up. He's going into macro mode here, which suggests to me that he probably isn't going to rush with his SCVs. So we're probably just going to see some sort of a biological Terran build here where he masses marines and medics and tries to do some damage to Scorpio to hurt him. A robotics facility going up for Scorpio and Dragoon range being researched. So I don't think he's going to be going for a Reaver harass. That robotics facility is going to be for observers, so he can move his Dragoons around the map and establish some sort of a map control. He's got 2 Zealots and a Dragoon here moving back to his ramp, and should be trying to save this probe from getting massacred. When he sees this many Marines, he should know what's coming, and he's going to be setting up a wall here. this fight's going to be bad for Damon. He's going to get absolutely murdered by 2 Dragoons and 2 Zealots versus 6 Marines. That's not even a fair fight, not even close. And uh, this kind of spells bad news for Damon. He's throwing up an engineering bay now to get upgrades, but I honestly don't know what he was thinking there. He's got all these SCVs off of his line, not mining, so he's sacrificing economy on this sort of biological semi-rush build. And I don't know, he's throwing up a factory now, so I think he's giving up on his all-in crazy rush tactic. And honestly, Scorpio, he is definitely ahead in this game right now, I feel. Damon's going to have to do some damage here. He's going to have to come up with a way to get himself back in this game because and Scorpio did make a shuttle, so that's interesting. I figured he'd be going observers, and there's a scan going off by Damon, so I think he scanned right here at this pylon if I saw it correctly. So he probably saw that robotics facility, and we'll be able to tell. Oh, he is building a missile turret right there, so he did see it. And Scorpio, this is very nice. He's going to be ferrying Dragoons across, but these medic marine forces are going to come up here to intercept, and the Dragoons the drone Dragoon is down, and 1 Dragoon goes down, and the Zealot coming in to help support the Dragoons. And wow, that Dragoon Zealot force doing more damage than I thought it would. But it's definitely going to go down here without causing any damage to Damon's economy or really hurting him in any sort of way. We got Damon at 34 out of 42 supply, and we got Scorpio at 38 out of 49 supply. Neither of the players have upgrades going yet. Scorpio is starting his Templar archives, and his Citadel of Doom is not researching legs yet. So very interesting. Neither player trying to expo yet. Scorpio just kind of content with taking his tech lead and building on that. He's throwing up 2 more gateways, which is going to bring him up to 4 gateways and no expansion yet. Very interesting. You know, usually you want to stay at about 3 gateways until you get one of your expansions up and running. And Damon using a lot of SCVs here. He's going to be trying to throw up a bunker, I believe that was, and this is going to fail. Scorpio just really on top of things. Scorpio's APM right now is 234. Damon's APM right now is 189. And he does have a tank in play now, but no siege mode. Siege mode is going to be done researching in about 5 seconds here, and that's going to be huge because that's going to be great support versus those Dragoons. You really need mines or a siege tank to be able to cope with Dragoons because Marines and medics just don't cut it against Dragoons, and that's the bottom line. He's going to be trying to stall here for siege mode, and Scorpio targeting that tank. He's not quite going to get it down. Damon needs to repair that tank with a couple of these SCVs and save that tank because that tank is really vital to this task force. If he loses that tank, his Marines and medics are just going to get massacred by this 4 gateway Dragoon pump that Scorpio has going on. And siege mode is finished, and he is repairing that tank with 1 SCV here, trying to throw up an engineering bay and a missile turret. And there goes the contain. There's a tank, and that is going to wreak havoc on those Dragoons, and that's going to be tough for Scorpio to get out of his base with SCVs repairing that, and he's trying to get a shot off on it, and he just can't get down there. So Damon really fighting his way back into this game. He's got a contain set up on Scorpio, and that gives him an incredible advantage when it comes to map control because Scorpio is going to have a really hard time setting up an expansion base and getting his economy going. He's going to have to do something crazy with, you know, some shuttles to get an expansion outside of his base. And moving in with the Dragoons, targeting that tank, nothing repairing that tank because both SCVs are building. That tank could go down and needs 2 more shots, and that tank is going to live. He's got another tank into play here. So 2 siege tanks and a 3rd one coming. Very impressive by Damon. I believe that Scorpio had the advantage there for a couple of minutes, but this contain, he got that siege mode at just the right time, and really a testament to how good of a player Damon is and how he can adapt because I do believe he was going for a crazy biological rush build with Terran, and Scorpio had it. He had enough time to get Dragoons out, and he was going to stuff it. And Damon is able to adapt his build to get enough tech and enough siege tanks to be able to set up a contain outside of Scorpio's base before he can get an expansion set up. And he's putting 3 Zealots into the shuttle here. He's going to be going for some sort of a Zealot bomb on a siege tank or something, or he's going to send this into the middle of the map so we can attack this contain of Damon's from both sides.